It's another episode of Monday Morning Show. I'm Cat Napzok, live from my broadcasting studios, except for, not live, you're probably listening or listening or watching. That's where we are today. That's what this is about. Thanks to YouTube channel members or Patreon supporters, you get this a little bit early, so you can go to bed with it and then wake up with my thoughts in your brain for Monday morning. The rest of you have to make coffee and listen to me. I'm glad you're all here. Really, truly glad you're all here. Did you see that sip of water I just took? That's how hot it is in my studio. Hey. This show is brought to you by the Motion Picture in Progress, The Arbiters. Check out my friend Phil Svitek's project. Links down below on YouTube. Talked about it here on the channel. They've supported all the shows in the month of May and supporting this show as well. Just because I want them to. Because I love Phil and his team and I love The Arbiters. Check it out. It's a 2D animated movie getting made, and you can join the progress, not just help them, but you can see how they're doing it every step of the way. Said links on YouTube down below to more on that project. Thanks to The Arbiters for supporting and bringing us this episode. I'm in a good mood. I'm in a good mood as I head into next week, which shouldn't be, because I said up top, I really value you all here listening, watching, being part of the community. I mean that. I always do mean that. This is a community-based show. It is only as good as you all. Sometimes we have fun. Sometimes I get a little grumpy playing character, the character Ken on the show, the Blathering Live and everything. But I really value you all. I really I love hanging out with y'all, and I love coming to y'all with what's going on inside my head and what we can do with it. But I'm in a good mood, which is, if you're keeping score, and maybe we all should keep score, not just of where I am emotionally, but where you are. So if I have some things going on, you mark it down, how it applies to your life, then we'll keep score like it's a baseball game. Last couple of weeks, I've been like, I'm carrying good energy forward. I'm hopeful, and we're gonna do it this month. I don't know what it is, but we're gonna do it. And I've lost that in terms of the reality of things around me, the realities of the struggles I'm facing along with everybody else. I'm not special here, but our struggles are our struggles, and I think it's okay to own that. I think it's okay to say I am plugged into the rest of the world, but I'm also dealing with some stuff myself, and I'm dealing with all the normal stuff. Where's the food going to come from? How am I going to get those bills paid? How am I going to stay in this house? But I can't move. I can't get approved for another apartment to move to. It goes on and on and on, on and on and on, and that's the stuff on the surface. And that stuff is just, a cover for what's really going down deep inside. And that's kind of where I was this last week. Just struggling. And also having to face that I'm not done processing some of the other losses in my life over the last year or so. I am over them. I have moved forward and moved on. But I'm not done processing the loss of the life I had. I'm not done processing of the life that I thought I could have. I'm not done processing it all. And all that kind of just was floating around in my soul this week, and it got heavy. It got dark around these parts. I mean, it's still dark right now. And that's what I wanted to talk about in the time I have with you today, because I might make this episode a little more direct, a little more short, and get on with my day so you can get on with yours. But if I'm looking ahead to my week, I have to admit that the big thing about this week, and maybe why I'm in a good mood, is I actually was able to admit to myself, and in conversation to my therapist and some others, I'm not doing good. And that's not new. If you've been listening to my podcast since 2013 or even 2012, I'm often not doing good. Sometimes it's just a brand. But I'm really not doing good. And that's good. That's okay. I think it's important to say. I come on here often, very often, and say, I'm not doing that good. I'm struggling. I'm a little poor. I'm a little hungry. I need new T-shirts. I got all the complaints, all right? I'm a comedian. We find humor in the complaining. My struggles. And I know a lot of your struggles if you've been in my community long enough. And if you're just passing through and who's this weird dude talking, sipping coffee, but really it's water out of a mug, a branded mug available on my Fourth Wall shop. I'm just a guy, just a podcaster trying to get to the world like you. And I'm not doing well. And that can be difficult to say. That could be difficult to admit, even for someone like me that, again, tells jokes about it, podcasts about it. I actually have been doing really good lately, making a lot of strides. I think the last 6 months have been some of my favorite times in my life emotionally, like at the strength of my heart, the strength of my soul. Doesn't mean I have all the answers and know where I'm going, but it's actually felt good despite all the struggles. There's been struggles and there's been scary times. When you're sitting there eating stale graham crackers, as I was a couple weeks ago, because that's the only option you got, you're like, yeah, how did I get here? How am I getting out? But I was doing good. I've been doing good for 6 months or so. But I collapsed emotionally Saturday morning because I had been spending, I think, most of the week, denying that I was doing bad. And I don't want anyone to be concerned. I don't say bad like I'm putting rocks in my pockets and heading to the water. I'm just saying that it's been dark. It's been a week of confusion, emotional confusion, and a week of, I guess I don't have it figured out. I guess this isn't going to work. I just don't know. And doubt and fear and all those things that spiral out of control out of those things. And where in the past I've come before you and said, yeah, I ain't doing good. This is different. And follow me on this. This is different. I have been doing the work. And I'm smart enough. I am a dumb guy at the end of the bar, but I'm smart enough to know that, yeah, sometimes you take 3 steps forward and maybe 1.5 back and maybe 1 forward and 3 back. And that's kind of how it goes when you're working on yourself and you're trying to go forward, both internal and external. But I had really thought I'd turned some corners. I really thought I was heading to a more secure place with my soul, and my emotions, ready to seize the day. And that's how I started this month. I still am. And that's one thing I got to realize. One thing maybe you got to realize if you're feeling down and out right now too. Those good feelings are still there. They're not tossed aside. They're not gone. You haven't lost touch with them. They're still in your Rolodex of emotions. The strength is there. It's just clouded right now. The fog has settled in. And that's how I felt this week. But while the fog was settling in, I was telling myself I was dancing in the sunshine. And just things weren't syncing up. So I collapsed emotionally Saturday morning. And oh, look, a good cry is a good thing. I recommend it every now and then. Like turning off your cell phone every once in a while. Don't forget to do that. Cry every now and then. But it was a collapse. It was a I'll say short of a breakdown, but it was a complete emotional tumble. And that's when I had to tell myself, that's where I had to admit to some folks, I'm not doing good. And in saying that and admitting that, therein lies the strength. Therein lies the power inside myself and all of you to claim it, to own it, to dress it, to simmer in it, to feel it, and to begin to step forward. I don't know what the next steps are right now, but I think maybe that's why I'm in good mood starting this week. I have another week to accomplish things. I have an idea of something I want to write and record. I have a little short film idea I want to jot some ideas down on. I have some song lyrics percolating. I have all the other creative things I do. I'm having a lot of fun with my ASMR channel. It's actually slowly growing in a way that's, can actually be measured. It's registering on the Richter scale of channel growth. Not fast enough, not big enough, but it's there. So I'm approaching this week with a lot of joy in my heart for the things I'm about to accomplish. But the sadness, the emotional confusion, the emotional frailty is still there. But instead of suppressing it, instead of denying it, I'm working with it. I'm challenging it. And I think so much of us, though we have our moments where we scream and shout, and we have our moments where we stamp our feet, I think a lot of us just fail to say that out loud, to ourselves, to others, to a professional, even maybe to a microphone. I'm not doing well. And whatever that not well is, whatever direction you want to take it, is yours to take it. It's yours to own. It is yours. It is your pain, suffering, troubles, trials, tribulations, doubt, fear, loneliness, anger. If you're not doing well, let's say it. Earlier this week, and I forgot to look it up, our friend Maddie Gunner, friend of the show, Maddie Gunner, shared something on Threads of a fighter, an MMA fighter that he looked up to, and the guy was a quote like, men don't talk about their feelings. That's how women solve their problems. Man, yeah, that's some bullshit. I mean, it's a fact in some ways, because that's how we've tried to solve our problems. And look where it's got us. A world of war and strife and pain and suffering, often caused by a lot of men with the inability to own their feelings and to talk about it, and to work on it. Yeah, I know. That struck me this week, too. And that's why I wanted to share this. I'm never someone that's doing this all right. I'm never someone that's doing this perfectly. But if there's one thing I'm really proud of, it's that this week, and a lot of other weeks in my life, I can say, not in a dramatic way, not in a woe is me way, not in a let me have some attention way. Maybe every once in a while over the course of my life, those days have popped up, but unlike those situations, I like when I can say that legitimately, hey, friend, pal, I'm not doing good. I think that's important. It's an important skill in the tool shed that we all need to rebuild ourselves. So that's where I'm at this week, owning it, figuring out why. In talking about, and this is why it's important to talk to someone, hopefully professional if you can, if you have access to it, but hopefully a good friend. Maybe even call into a radio talk show on the internet. But there was something really getting me last week that had surprised me. Again, I'm needing to process a lot of the loss that I have gone through over the last, it's been the last over a year, but the loss of a life I had. Because again, it's okay, and I'm actually okay with it, and I see why this maybe needed to happen. I see why it did happen. I see all that, and it was the easiest thing over all the things I've dealt with the last year, the joblessness, the lack of funds, the lack of direction, sometimes, like I said before, the lack of food. The easiest thing was what I had lost. Very Jedi-like about it. I'm very Zen. And that's true, actually. It's actually true. I like the way I worked through that. The loss of the relationship didn't bury me. Because it shouldn't have. And it shouldn't. But this week I'd faced, or had to face, the fact that I was not done processing it. And that was a shock. That was a surprise. And that kind of hurt. And that was confusing. And in challenging that thought, one of my favorite things to do now, challenge the thought, sit down with the thought, interview the thought, talk to the thought, ask the thought where it came from. I actually uncovered a lot of gratitude for the situation I'm in. I gained a lot of insight and moved towards a complete processing of it, and realized I wasn't mourning the life I had. I was mourning maybe what I didn't have. And maybe I was mourning the lost time. And it was confusing. And it was powerful. And it made me not feel well. Throw in all the other things, and that's why I collapsed. But I was able to talk about it with some people around me. I'm still working through it. I'm not out of the forest, but I'm admitting I'm in the forest. So maybe that's what today's about. If you're out there, you got something that you're holding on to, you're putting up the good fight. This isn't just suppressing. I'm not talking about suppressing emotions. I'm talking about you're putting up a good fight. You're doing the things. You're in the therapy. You're taking the meds. You're going for walks. You're fighting it. You're smiling. You're helping other people. You're concentrating on the good things. You might be in the fight doing it right. But deep down, maybe right now, you're not feeling good. You're not feeling well. You're not doing well. Say it. Own it. Claim it. And let's move forward together. So there you go. I actually thought this show was going to be a little depressing. I mean, maybe the topic is. But I thought my mood was going to be depressing. I'm not. I'm actually in a good mood. I'm actually in a goddamn good mood. Which is weird. Because I've been hurting inside all this week. But hey, we're in this together. Really appreciate y'all. Thanks for support on Patreon. Thanks for being a YouTube channel member. If you're a Patreon supporter or YouTube channel member, check out that link to leave a voicemail for the Blathering Live. It's been a lot of fun, especially for those who can't call into the show live, maybe don't want to, don't know how to, just would rather leave a voicemail. It's been fun. We'll see you on the live show. Hey, we're going to get through this. We're one day closer to healing. See you next time on a Monday Morning Show.